Yo, what's up guys, it's Super Chase. I'm bringing you my new updated Keter Sanctuary build. This is Bastion Prime, post-ban list. I know I'm a little early, but can never be too early on these things, right? So for the ride line, I obviously kind of run the standard stable ride line. I just run base. You can technically run whatever starter you want, whatever Keter starter. I actually don't mind this ride line, despite everyone's complaints about it. Sometimes you high roll and it feels really good. Typical Paladin clan. But yeah, this is the ride line. Obviously the Bastion is like the heart and soul of the deck. So first off, we run 4 Bastion Primes. He is kind of our main boss unit. We ride into him over Bastion. He's super good. Usually if you see this, the game's over. I know that sounds like a little bold, but yeah, if you can resolve this effect with like 3 or 4 grade 3s with boost, it's probably wraps. Really good card. Love the art. It's the only card I don't have SP'd out in this deck, which for some reason, I just never got to the opportunity of getting those SP'd. But here are the 3 other Bastions we run. God, I love this original art too. It's so cool, so cool. Turn 3 is really cool too. It used to be broken with Refrezos back when we used to run him. I'm not sure if you guys remember that card, but ever since the Bastion Prime builds, we don't run it. He's the guy that restands if another unit restands, so you just get like free value down. Oh, whoops. I run 4 Alden, kind of our main rear guard in the deck. We love swinging with him because he gets 5k every time he swings, and it stacks. So if you restand him, he'll get it again. Really good card. Counterblast 2, Soul Blast 1, call a card, and then you could draw 2. So bit of a Pot of Greed effect. Really nice. 3 Aggro. Aggro is another really good card. He can push for game. This deck is incredibly aggressive, at least my build. I used to run draw triggers, for example. You'll see that those have made their way out. I'm just like, if we're trying to win in the third or the 4th turn, if we can't do that, this deck does not play the grind game well. I mean, it can play the grind game, but over other decks that are really good right now, that are like Gravidia, other decks, like we got to kill them quick. And luckily, it's a good thing because we can do it pretty well. This is a little bit of shield. We have to run even extra shield because it's so aggressive at some point. Like, this is our whole engine. Bastion Prime and an Alden and some boosters. Like, this is like the whole deck right here. So yeah, the shield as well, really helpful, especially when you're on Bastion Prime because it gets an extra 10k, so it becomes 20k. This is the tech of the deck. I think it's really good, along with 2 Refluke. Bodies are so... Gravidia is a terrible matchup against this deck. I went against it twice yesterday. I took one and lost one. The thing is when they kill your bodies, it's really hard to replenish your field. This is like a 1 card out to that, especially as Dark Strain, because we only run 1 Dark Strain since post-ban list. We don't have to worry about Soul nearly as much. Refluke throws himself into Soul, gives 10k. You throw this guy, Alden, you can replenish it for Ease Rod. Ease Rod's really good because it's just free bodies. And like, for example, yesterday I used the ability and I saw PG. I just left it up there because I needed to see the PG, and it was the game I won, so I think it ended up serving me well. It's a Yume effect, so you can just look at it. If it's a trigger and you don't want to call it, you just leave it there, and at least you know knowledge, where to attack patterns, who to give who to before you even go into your battle phase. So Easerod Angel's really good, and I think nobody's running her. People clown me for running her, and I think she pulls up for me every single game. So I'm just like, I don't really give a fuck. It's just a good card, to be honest, a generically good card in Keter right now. I run 4 of the PGs. Pretty stable. Aegismire Dragon, I think. I really like this art. I'm curious what they're going to do with the new PGs, but I do really like that card. Run 3 Pride to Protect. Pretty standard card as well. Post-ban list. It's our way to boost our grade 3s, and I also run this order as well. Form O Chosen Knights. Like I said, very aggressive deck. You're going to see with the trigger lineup. I actually resolve this all the time because sometimes you'll be awkward. You'll have like 3 counterblasts, or you'll have an uneven amount of counterblasts where you can either use 2 Aldens or an Alden or a Lagriel, and you'll have an extra counterblast in Soul. So you just do this, giving somebody an extra 5k drawing and an extra drive, especially in your turn 3. This is how you close games turn 3, is you have 2 Aldens, you have your Bastion, you give it triple drive, you hit a crit, and you just pick up your cards because you just won. That's basically the name of the deck right here. So for the trigger line, as I've been talking about it, I run 4 Blade Feather. Really great card. You can put himself into Soul too. I run 3 more crits. This is just Gurgant, the one from Festival Collection. This card is so good. The front triggers are so... This just like stole games for me yesterday. Amazing card. Front triggers are just really good in a deck that restands all of your units, especially your front row, constantly. And then I just run 4 heal and a Keter over trigger because this card is insane. Love the art as well on it too, but just actual ability is nuts. Giving all your rears drive, especially when you're on an Alden or a Lagriel, you're just twin driving that shit for days. It's hilarious. But the fronts are great. This is actually would be this exact trigger lineup I've been testing around with a couple different things, including the draws. The draws feel really nice if you're like a rational Bastion player. But if you're just trying to like win, if you're trying to do what this deck does best, I don't see the use for it anymore. And I used to need a draw back in the day. I used to need a draw, but after Prime and all the cards we have now, I think every build is different. This one's definitely a unique one where it's just hyper aggro. This is like the most aggro you can possibly get. And we have some stuff to get around that too, like Ease Rod giving us free bodies to make it even more aggro, to know knowledge and Reflukes. The only thing I would switch, I guess, is maybe another Refluke. Soul does come up, especially if you're proccing 2 Aldens. But yeah, besides that, I am kind of happy with this list. It might change, and if it does, it very well could change actually. And if it does, I will make an updated list. I know I haven't updated this list in a bit. I feel like it's been a couple months, but I want to know what you guys think about this list in the comment section. I know everybody's testing with new lists, new stuff. I'm not huge about the stuff that came out in what was it, set 5 or set 4. It just wasn't that good. I tested it. I even have some of the cards high rarity too, like the one that everybody uses that draws with the counter and soul. I don't know, not crazy about it. I actually think that the original, like the set 3 Bastion with some goodies like Prime and some other stuff is really good, really good. Lagriel's amazing, Alden's amazing. It's a good deck, and I hope it gets more support, and we're gonna see what happens. I do hope it gets some more support. It's a great deck, and I think Bushy will, because it's such like a fan favorite already. And I'm starting to watch the anime, and I'm realizing how popular the character that plays Keter is in there too. So, I have some hope that this deck is gonna keep getting some looks in the future. But I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next one. Super Chase, I'm signing out.